I won't confirm any hires at this point. Both of those searches are going really well. They're very far along, I would say. We're finalizing a few of those pieces. I'm looking for leaders and connectors and relationship builders and schematic expertise. But most importantly, guys that the players believe in, that they're willing to dive deep and build real strong relationships with the players. I think when they feel that it's collaborative and they feel that it's ours and not just the coaches and this is what the players do, this is what the coaches do, it's all of us. And so I'm excited about the people involved in those searches right now, and I look forward to sharing those in the near future.
That was Jesse Minter talking about his staff and what it could look like. And obviously late Friday, Declan Doyle was named offensive coordinator. If you're just tuning in, Anthony Weaver announced as defensive coordinator, though it's Jesse Minter's defense, but Anthony Weaver back in the building. But the question we have is who's going to be that like assistant head coach, offensive assistant, somebody, quite frankly, to help Declan Doyle, who's doing this for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say who that mentor could be, should be, would be. Sean Payton stayed retired, but only for a year.
Yeah.
And now he's coaching in Denver, and he smells a Super Bowl, and he left meat on the bone this year. So it's not going to be Sean Payton, who's the mentor figure for him, the guy he spent the most time under. If you talk about other guys under that coaching family tree, the Pete Carmichaels of the world, those guys are matriculating to other places. He had Joe Lombardi with him for a while.
How about him?
He was fired in Buffalo, but he hasn't been a head coach.
No.
He was a guy who was Declan Doyle 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And it never quite came to pass, and he never rose up the ranks. And when he had to do it himself, frankly, he wasn't that good at it. He kind of failed. Never heard about him as a head coach. It ain't easy. I'm just telling you, it ain't easy. So it's hard. You look at his family tree and where he's been, and I don't know who that is. Now, can they look at the landscape and does a Cliff Kingsbury have so next to nothing cooking that just trying to get within arm's length of Lamar Jackson and prop up a young coordinator? Could he? I'm just going
That's
back
like a
through
senior
the people they've
consultant
talked
kind of
to
guy, yeah.
already. Associate head coach / offense, something like that. I mean, frankly, I don't think his resume speaks loudly enough to get that sort of a title, but you probably have to give him some money and some title. And let's face it, they're not paying anybody real coaching money now anyway. So there should be some left on the, between the cushions on the yacht or whatever. I think Frank Reich could have been a good guy for that role. I've mentioned Doug Pederson. I mean, maybe that's a different family tree, but maybe that makes sense. Did Nagy take anything? I don't think he did.
No, not yet.
So
that could be a guy.
Could it be a name I didn't mention? It certainly could be. But it also wouldn't shock me at this point, even though no one's going to look at Nagy and say he was a good head coach. No one's going to look at Kingsbury and say he was a good head coach. They have been through the wars.
Mm-hmm. All those guys that you named. And this is a conversation that we had a ton in regards to Zach Orr. And you go back to the first year, they opted to not bring in that senior advisor until Dean Pease a couple months into the season. Now, they were early on it last year, bringing in a Chuck Pagano, but I think all of those guys, Doug Pederson, Frank Reich, Matt Nagy.
Well, Reich's not gone.
Cliff Kingsbury, all of those guys. Heck, even a name, even though I'm sure if he was going to do this, he'd go to his son. But what a Gary Kubiak. Dude, he's
not happening.
He's advising a team in Poland right now.
He's not coaching.
No.
I'm just saying, bringing in someone, he's not looking to be a head coach. He's not looking to do any of that stuff. He's a guy towards the end where he's 64. He's working as a coaching advisor right now.
His son is taking over.
If he does anything, he's going to go to the Raiders.
I know.
And probably Clay's going too, wouldn't you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
family affair.
Someone of that ilk is what I'm saying. You're trying to get that older guy that's not trying to get another. Hey, you're trying to find another Chuck Pagano, someone of that.
That didn't work out so well.
It didn't work out.
Not. What's Adam Gase doing these days?
No. No. Yeah, I think it's an essential element of this staff. It should be it should be priority number one for Declan Doyle right now. But again, we're a month into this now. Like that guy, the OC should have been in the head coach's back pocket or Sashi's back pocket or Eric's back pocket. Because Declan Doyle was not choice number 1, choice number 2, choice number 3. Like it wasn't, and the search and how they got to him and when they got to him says as much. And I would hope that Declan Doyle has someone in his back pocket. But if he does, I don't know what you're waiting for. I would say come on down because he's going to need a lot of help. A lot of help from the moment he steps foot in the building.
By the way, for what it's worth, I don't know who choice number 2 or 3 was, but it seemed pretty clear Joe Brady was choice 1, and then he got the Buffalo head coaching job.
I think Davis Webb. I think you can look at people they talk to.
Sure,
it's not rocket science. Schneal Howe, like
those guys. Yeah, the guys that stayed.
This was they had to double back and they had to start. I would say going outside the box, and if you're going that far outside the box, because let's face it. When there's 10 openings, a lot of guys get a lot of run, get a lot of traction, get a lot of interviews. And I'm the first one to say these teams are not very efficient at staffing these positions, but still, Declan Doyle, there was a buzz around 1 million guys. There was no buzz around Declan Doyle. So doesn't mean it can't work, but it means probably going to need a fair amount of help. And you better have the incubator built day one.
If you're just tuning in, Anthony Weaver is the Ravens defensive coordinator. That was just announced. Jeff Rebeck from The Athletic had it about 10 minutes ago. So obviously the coordinators are filled, but now we see what he does with the rest of the staff. And by he, I mean Jesse Minter.